Hello everyone and welcome to the next episode of the Lords Discordant podcast. It is Shane, the Lord of Death, here with you today, and we have the Lord of Fenris, Ragnaross, in the studio as well. Hello, Ross.
Woof, woof, woof.
It's quite apt. That's actually how you talk in real life. We just have to AI edit your voice on normally, so...
Yeah, it's how I answer the phone.
There we are, it works now. The AI's kicked in. How are you doing, mate? You okay?
I am knackered, but absolutely splendid other than that. How are you?
I'm wonderful, thank you. I'm going to imagine that your being tired is from quite a hefty weekend event.
Oh, mate, honestly. Sunday morning, I was dead. I was absolutely dead, but what a day that was.
So for those of you listening that possibly weren't there on Saturday, it was the LXT Spring Cup. It was the 2026 Spring Cup. 3 games across Saturday, and I believe there was it 38, 40 players, full house?
Yeah, 40 players.
Full 40. When I dropped down in the morning to see everyone and say hello, it was quite a nice environment. How did you get on?
I did okay, I would say.
Just drop the tone. I've been nice and excited all the way through the start of this, and you've just completely bottomed it out.
Sorry, you know what I'm like. Yes, no. So, yeah, no, I did well. So,
Okay.
I did well, I think, for me.
Did you do what you thought you were going to do, or did you exceed expectations?
I told myself that I wanted to get in the 20s.
Okay.
So that was my plan, because I'm not a massive competitive player. I don't take meta lists. I make lists that look cool, and I go, if I can do well with a silly list, I'm a happy man. And if I could do better than I did last time, I'm happy again. So I was 7 places higher this time, and my last game, I maxed out everything to 100.
Oof.
So I was pretty chuffed myself at the end of it. So yeah, you know, I'm happy anyway.
No, fair play. I mean, one, getting where you wanted to be and being those places higher is good, but last game obviously is sort of you matched up as well. So were you on 3 wins?
No.
Oh.
No. So the probably the worst list in the entire tournament was my first game. For me. So yeah, I went against a lovely chap called Geraint.
Big shout out to Geraint.
Yeah, shout out to Geraint, and he took his big 5 knights.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, listen, mate, my entire army is strength 5 power weapons. So let's see how this goes. I told him at the start of the game, I said, mate, if I can kill 3 out of 5 of your knights, I'll be chuffed.
Yeah.
Which I did do. So I was like, that was a great game. Geraint's absolutely amazing to play against. He's he's so much fun.
He's a wicked opponent. He's a really top laugh, and he's a wicked opponent as well. So good, okay.
Yeah, I've been making jokes to him on the LXT chat literally just before we press record, calling him a cheater. But no, so quickly, game 2, I played Adam, who was on the podcast with us as a guest.
Oh yeah, excellent, Mr. Ray. Cool.
Yeah, I think it was episode 3. I think it was. So I played Adam, who was also the co-founder of the LXT, I believe.
Indeed, yeah.
Yeah, so I was very chuffed because another point I wanted to make was before the tournament started, I kept telling everyone, I really, really want to play an Orc player today because I've never played like an actual proper Orc player.
Oh.
I've always wanted to play Orcs or Space Wolves.
Yeah.
And it turns out it was Adam and Orcs. So that was 2 big things that I really wanted that day.
Yeah.
And I managed to get my Ragnar versus Gazcool duel in the middle of the board, and I think we picked up about 48 models or something stupid like that.
Jeez.
Within like it was 1 turn as well. I was like, mate, his fight on death is a nightmare. But Ragnar Ragnar blitzed them, then Gaz's entire squad like fought on death, and then they blitzed me back. Oh my god, what a game. I lost that by 3 points.
Ooh, 3 points.
Only because turn 5, it was my turn at the end.
Yeah.
I picked up both my secondaries. I couldn't do either. So I paid a CP for a third one. Couldn't do that one either. I lost by 2 points. Or 3 points.
Yeah.
Absolutely furious, mate.
Last turn, secondary draw. It's one of those, isn't it? It's the look of the game.
I say furious, but But my third game was against a guy called Chris, and Chris was an amazing opponent.
Cool.
It was one of the best games I've ever had. And obviously, because I had 100 and I was in control of the board the entire game. But like, what a guy! He was amazing to play against. Like the whole thing was like a narrative event. And for someone that was, on the back foot the whole game, and I was literally just picking up unit after unit like straight away. He had such a great attitude about like losing like that as well. He was a wonderful guy. But yeah, no, I had a great day. Simon, who's obviously not with us, he's also quite ill still.
Yes, he is. Yeah.
He did phenomenal. I think he got to 7th.
7th sounds right. Yeah, he for a man who's not been very well for the last couple of days, he dragged himself to the tournament. Big shout out to the Lord of Excess for stepping up to bat on that one.
Yeah, I saw him through the day, and he was really struggling, and he said basically he didn't want to, if he dropped, that was going to ruin the tournament for someone.
Yeah.
So I knew he was sick. Like I spoke to him between matches 1 and 2, and yeah, my God, the fact he soldiered on through just so everyone can have a game. And his last game, he played against Ben. Ben won the whole tournament.
He did indeed. Yes. Ben.
Yeah, well done, Ben.
And well done, Ben. He's been the bridesmaid quite a few times now, but he's finally the bride. He's finally taken that top spot. So well done.
The bride. Yeah, no, it was a great day. It was a great day for the LXT team and everyone else. It was a great time in the arena. And
excellent.
Yeah, well, yeah. Thanks to everyone that was in charge of doing that.
Well,
that was absolutely amazing.
Hopefully, James and Jake at Tabletop Alliance are going to drop their highlights of the day on the Bolters and Bad Guys podcast that they run. I'll be looking forward to catching up some clips and some snips. We've done a little bit of a shout out now just by happenstance, so I do want to just drop in as well. First of all, Paul Jones, special player that I played on Thursday.
Space Wolves.
Yeah, Space Wolves, and I think you know him pretty well as well. Really top gentleman, fantastic bloke. He seemed to take some of my guidance to heart. It's possibly why he lost, but
How did you say Paul Jones?
Paul Jones, yeah.
Oh yeah. No, Paul Jones, great. Yeah, awesome guy. Yeah, sorry, I zoned out then. Yeah, no, Paul Jones, great. Yeah, Thanks. He took his Space Wolves to the cup as well.
But yeah, absolutely sound, and well done for entering and playing your first tournament and doing what you did. Big shout out, but also Paul Deeks as well. It's quite nice to be recognised for what we do. Another Space Wolf player. I seem to have cracked them for some reason. I'm going to check my pockets for spare dog treats and stuff, just in case that's what it is. But yeah, so Paul Jones, Paul Deeks, appreciate the input you guys have put into the podcast, the comments as well, which keeps us going. We are going to try, we're already nearly 10 minutes in, but we are going to try a little change of format and try and get these episodes to about half an hour. Kind of thinking there is just we still want it to be a bit of a chat, a bit of fun, but again, something you can throw on in the background. If you think it works, drop us a comment. If you don't think it works, drop us a comment. Let us know what your thoughts are. Do you like it half an hour? Do you like a longer episode to listen to? What works? Obviously, we'll change it up, and when we've got guests and we've got more of the 11th edition stuff coming out, we will look at doing some longer ones, but this kind of waffly video, we'll try and trim it down just a little bit.
Quick question.
Yes.
What is it like meeting Space Wolf players that actually like you?
If I meet any, I will tell you.
Okay.
I'm assuming that's what you set that up for.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I couldn't help myself.
No, it's fine. I mean, yeah. Also, you touting Ragnar Blackmane. He was horrible to me in the game versus Paul. So, yeah.
That just proves the Space Wolf players are the best. So, I'm just saying.
Well, maybe not.
Not like Blood Angel.
To move away from what sounded like an excellent game, an excellent tournament, I'm gutted that I missed this one. Hopefully, I'll get in with the next one. And the sort of the tabletop gaming side of it, and you mentioned a bit the narrative as well. I wanted to get your thoughts on where Warhammer, specifically Warhammer 40,000, did in terms of other media. Obviously, we've got the tabletop game, we've got Black Library making the books, you've got countless video game studios doing bits of the video games. If we were to take away the sort of tabletop element a little bit and bring 40K into the 21st millennium, what would you like to see? How would you like to see Warhammer represented, and what styles would you like to see it represented?
So you mean like films, TV shows, games?
Yeah, absolutely anything. Essentially anything that isn't a book or on the or models.
Oh yeah, well yeah, like I said, like you said, the TV series would be great. Like, so I know obviously Henry Cavill is doing an Amazon show.
He is,
and at the moment we have no idea what it's about.
I'm sure he listens. So if you if you want to get in touch and give us a bit of a clue, that'd be amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. I get Facebook ad friends from him all the time, but but yeah, no. So like, when you remember the secret level episode,
yes,
that was amazing. And then if you look at stuff like because I know I'm sure it's this year, Astartes 2.
I'm trained I'm trained as soon as I hear a word and then 2, my brain goes electric boogaloo. And I just had to bite down and stop myself from saying that. God.
I literally copied a list earlier and I called it 2 electric boogaloo. But yeah. But yeah, that sort of stuff. Like I would love to see like an animated TV series like that.
Yeah.
Because I think because there's 2. There's like a real, like proper like real life one, and then there's like an animated one. And I think in a real like a proper like actual actors on the screen, like costumes, all the other stuff, is you've got to kind of put a Space Marine in it, especially one of the early ones. But I think putting that into like a live one would be really weird, and I don't think you'd be able to get the proportions right straight away.
Yeah, I mean you see the cosplayers and stuff.
Yeah, so I think live action Space Marines are going to look a bit weird.
Yeah.
So, like, I would love a live action one, and if we have time, we'll get into it. I'll mention it later. But for me, the first one I would like to see is something like an actual series, like the Secret Level, like that sort of animation. I would love to. I would love to see that, and it's kind of probably copying Astartes, but I would love to see one like that. But like, what are they called? When is every episode's a completely different story, different animated, all that stuff.
Oh. Yeah, there's probably a really clever specific name for it, and I have no idea.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
But I'd love to see that, and I'd love to see like every episode is like a different chapter kind of thing.
Yeah.
So something like that, just like a little background story, like follow main character, that kind of thing. I reckon that would be pretty cool to see.
I agree with you. I think it'd be absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I have my reservations, and I have my reservations about the stuff that Henry Cavill's going to do. In that, I don't want to have Space Marines as like main characters ever.
True.
They look amazing. Don't be wrong. Like and again, the Astartes is great, but I would love to see like a live action, and I'm going to name drop it again. I know we've mentioned it before. Things like Eisenhorn and Ravener and the Inquisition style books, where if Space Marines are mentioned, it's more of a threat, or it's something that exists. But like most common people in the Imperium, you don't get to see them. They're so exceptionally rare to the gazillions of people that live in the Imperium that they're just myths.
Yeah,
but there's still that threat there, and I'd love something like that. Not quite a kind of like a noir style detective sort of series, but yeah, just that bit more eclectic. And you could probably quite easily do that sort of live action and have that kind of futuristic feel to it, because again, it is all grotty and grimy and dirty and stuff. But you get to follow it along, and then when something weird happens, like Genes to the Cult Uprisings, it's more personal.
Yeah. So like if you, apart from obviously Eisenhorn,
Yeah.
If you had like if they made their own story for like a TV show kind of thing, and you followed an Inquisitor, and he's obviously chasing someone across like the system or
Yeah.
something like that, and then like the last episode, he finally finds him. It's all going it's all going wrong.
Yeah.
And then like one Astartes turns up. You're like, it's only one guy, and then you just watch the complete carnage of what one Marine would do, and you'd be like,
Story-wise,
that's why.
what one Space Marine should do, and it's that. Funnily enough, you mentioned Halo. Actually, there's a clip, I can't quite think what it's from, where the original Spartan 117 rescues a load of, is it the Spartan 2s or the Spartan 3s? And my Halo knowledge is completely gone.
Oh, you mean the Forward Unto Dawn show?
Possibly.
Forward Unto Dawn show is officers training on a military planet, and then the Covenant invade, and they're all getting slaughtered. These things like monsters.
Canned, yeah.
And then all of a sudden, the Master Chief turns up with Blue Team, and they're like, "What is this?
Yeah.
What the hell is this thing?" And he's just like single-handedly like wiping elites.
I watched that, and I also watched whichever the middle new Star Wars is, where Luke Skywalker turns back up and stands in front of all of those.
Episode 8.
That'll do, yeah. But he stands in front of all of them, and they just absolutely blast the hell out of him.
Yeah.
And the smoke clears, and he just wipes some dust off his. And it's like that's the level that I personally think Space Marines should be in comparison to normal humans, and that should be that point. So yeah, you've got like an order. Let's call it an Order Xenos Inquisitor, because Grenad's been a different scale altogether. Order Xenos Inquisitor, who's trying to chase down like a gene stealer cult, and is really subversive and really like, is this person? Do they know what's going on? Ooh, all this sort of stuff. And then they suddenly uncover the what do they call it? It's not the Primarch, is it? The Prime, the Gene Stealer Prime. And they're like, right, this is now the Gene Stealer cult. Oh, it's a lot bigger than I thought. Uh-oh, it's all gone wrong. And then a Death Watch Marine shows up.
Or you can have a really smelly Valhallan with a melter gun.
Could do.
Because that's basically the description of like the first Kyver's Kane book.
Yeah, but to be fair, there are plenty, and there's plenty of Gene Stealer cults and all that sort of stuff, but that kind of stuff. Or like again, it is in one of the Death Watch books as well, but like rescue missions into Dark Eldar circus pits and that kind of stuff.
I don't think I want to watch that.
But it's absolutely wicked. So so that's mine. That's my that's what I'd like to see on it. Any more ideas?
Well, no, my other one was going to be a live action of Eisenhorn. So you kind of bridged on that because like the second you mention Warhammer TV show, the first thing everyone says is Eisenhorn.
Oh,
and I completely agree. It's so good. It's like you said, you don't see Space Marines, and if you do see them, they're very far away or they're not that involved.
Yeah.
Because there is more than enough stuff which is freaky as hell in that universe. You don't need to put Space Marines in to make it cool. So that'd be amazing.
I mentioned in our chat not too long ago, someone was asking about sort of books to read and audio books, and it is going back a few years. But I mentioned the Macarian Crusade, Lord Solar Macarius.
Oh, you were telling me about that.
Oh, and as a series, it's phenomenal. But there is a piece in there where, without spoiling anything, you kind of follow the crew of the Baneblade for Lord Solar Macarius. So his personal tank, it's the guys who drive the tank and load the weapons and stuff. So they're his bodyguard, and they drive his vehicle, which is like a super heavy chauffeurs is awesome anyway. But there's a bit where I think they're like driving through a ravine, and they come under fire from these like sort of traitor sort of guardsmen, and the Space Marines show up, and it's just the description. Like a Space Marine running full tilt, not quite as fast as a Baneblade going full speed, but still sprinting, and then casually blasting, just pistol to the side of him, not really aiming, and headshotting someone who's laying down the heavy fire with one of these big stubbers as they continue sprinting to the next bit of cover to then run up rock cliffs and stuff. It was just like, do you remember that description in, I'm going specific now, Prospero Burns, where the Skald is talking about like the wolves. Is it the wolves rippling down the wall like water or something? There's like a really
It's been a while since I've read that
there's
book.
like a really specific description, and it's really thematic, and it's like, but it's along those kind of things. And it's this Marine is like, I'm not a poet. Sorry, this guardsman is like, I'm not a poet, but there's just something awe-inspiring about these guys. And I drive a super heavy tank for a living. I'm in one of the biggest, scariest tanks that the Imperium can build, and these guys still terrify me, even with all that firepower at my disposal. It's like, that's just cool, man. Yeah.
I was gonna say you give me flashbacks of Astartes again when he's like when Lieutenant Titus at the time.
Yeah.
When he's just sprints, then he just runs through that guy's car.
Yeah.
Without even stopping, and it just jumps on a Lehman Russ. Yeah.
Absolutely bolt stuff. And the other one is, again, going back to the Euro Ventress novels. It's not Ventress or the other guy. This is the second time I've mentioned him. The second time I forgot his name. It's not good, is it? But there's another one in the squad, and the Hive City people are trying to escape, but the Ultramarines are trying to keep them in so they're not getting in the way. And there's some rich merchant who's trying to barge past everyone with this massive wagon because he can. The guardsmen are trying to stop him, or like the PDF are trying to stop him, and he's like, "You don't know who I am, and I can drive this tractor and everyone get out of my way." And he tells like the driver to gun it, and the driver's putting his foot down. The truck's going nowhere, and they're all like, "What the hell?" They all get out the back to have a look, and this one Ultramarine is just holding the back up of this truck. He's like, "You're not going anywhere. I've told you to turn round. Now you turn round," and everyone just bricks themselves. It's like that's I know it's story, but that's what Space Marines are capable of. I shouldn't see them on my TV screen every 5 minutes. I should be terrified that they're going to show up. There should be a little, something happens in the dark, and then you just see the flash of light on the eye lenses.
Yeah, it should be like a horror film where you just see where it's been.
Yeah.
And you can hear gunfire down the hallway.
Yeah.
You never actually see it. You just see the path of destruction behind it, kind of thing.
And that leads me to one of the other things, and this has always been the thing that I wanted to talk about, is obviously we've got the different Space Marine games and that kind of stuff. Fine. I would love to see, and my head goes to Star Wars Battlefront or Battlefront 2, whichever one you may have played.
Oh, it's I've played all of them, but it's Battlefront 2 is definitely the one that you must be talking about.
Well,
what a game.
And again, absolutely fantastic game, and I would love to see a version of that or a reskin, and I know there's plenty of very clever modders out there, where you are Imperial Guardsmen, Traitor Guards. You could go aliens and stuff, fine, but it's it's human versus human battle with the tanks and the flyers and all this sort of stuff. And then, like, your sort of final hero unlock is a Space Marine, like it is a Jedi.
Yes, the second you mentioned about seeing it in different media, the first thing came to my head was Star Wars Battlefront 2. It's just, that would be amazing. You're a guardsman, like you just pick a guardsman and you just like running across this planet, this massive war, and like you said, you do really well and you can unlock the hero and you're like Space Marine. There's like one Space Marine on the battlefield, and you're just like slaughtering them. And
you're just going, and you will still die to weight of fire, and you might have some other stuff. It might be like for the chaos side, some sort of scary demon infested stuff again that isn't a Space Marine, or maybe like demons themselves. Watching a load of pink horrors bouncing around on the battlefield would be really cool and really quite chaotic. Maybe something like a couple of the Adeptus Sororitas. You could do so much with it. But it should be a case of, it should be across the battlefield. It should be a warning that goes across all Vox comms. A traitor Astartes has been seen on the battlefield.
Yeah.
And everyone should just go, uh-oh, not good. Because it's going to be somewhere, and they're fast and they're strong and they're hard to kill, and it's just amped up to the 9th. But they are still killable.
Yeah, no, I 110% agree with you. If I could play Galactic Conquest with Space Marine, with Imperium or Chaos or even Xenos, if they could.
Yeah.
Mate, you would not be able to get me off that game.
It'd just be, like I say, I love, Space Marine and Space Marine 2, I've loved it, and the threat is there. You're absolutely sorting your way through all the Tyranids or all the Orcs and all that kind of stuff, but you're still in the driving seat of that Space Marine, and it still doesn't feel enough. Whereas, yeah, when you're in that situation, and it may be that actually, there's 50 guardsmen that just fix bayonets and charge. That might be what brings the Space Marine down. Probably not, but it might be what brings the Space Marine down. It's just,
Yeah, I think with Space Marine 2, I think they did really well the first half.
Oh yeah,
against Tyranids. I think they showed really well just how much 3 Marines can do.
Yeah.
Because you've got like legions of guardsmen.
Yeah.
And even more Tyranids, and you're like, okay, fair enough. These 3, like, be fair, they might have gone the wrong way, and like these 3 Marines have managed to like basically take down this whole planet.
Yeah.
An entire like hive fleet. But like, yeah, and then yeah, like you get the second half, you're like, there's just traitor Astartes everywhere. And I know it's different because of what Astartes they were, but it's just like, again, you're like, well, it's not fair now because it's 3.
Yeah.
Would 3 Ultramarines be able to take down like an entire like
1,000
company?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's a bit much, but no, it's still cool. Like I said, it's still cool.
I did
Star Wars
like
Battlefront 1.
The operations on that, I thought, again, that laid that quite nicely. In one, because it was a different way of doing it, wasn't it? But 2, it was quite nice to see, like, it's not just the 3 guys. There are a couple more people involved in this planetary war.
Yeah.
There is a little more to it, but it changed a little bit. And like I say, I mean, it's cool. It's great. It's taking the driving seat of the big scary thing. Absolutely amazing, awesome. I would play that. I would play that in an arcade with a light gun.
Oh yeah. Oh, have you?
I haven't done the VR thing yet.
Oh,
you went to Nottingham, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, me, Taylor, and Joe, who we mentioned before, we all went to Warhammer World, and Joe is very good at. If we got plans to go somewhere, he's already like chosen like 10 places we're going to go eat or go do something.
He's the
so it's kind of like, yeah, he kind of just be like, right, Joe's got a plan. Let's just follow Joe's plan. And he was like, oh, by the way, Sunday morning we're going to like walk across town. We're going to go to Element Games.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go do the actual like VR zero latency Space Marine 2 experience.
Mate.
I was like, I was so excited for it, but I was like, I don't know what it's going to be like, because you sat there in the waiting room being like, is it actually going to be that fun? My God, mate, when we finished, I was dripping. I was with sweat, of course.
With sweat, right, okay. Thank you.
With sweat. Sorry. I just wanted to get that across now, just in case. But mate, honestly, like, because it's VR,
yeah,
and it's something that you're so invested in, and it's just your brain just like for me anyway. Yeah, my brain just like shut off, and I was like, I'm a Space Marine. So when you've got like hordes and hordes of like Tyranids running at you,
yeah,
you full on panic. I literally like panicked at one point, just started spamming grenades. I was freaking out. Like my finger did not come off that trigger for like 20 minutes. And honestly, like I don't think it's ruining it, but you have like a boss battle at the end.
Yeah.
And Hive Tyrants are like, they're big on the board.
Yeah.
They're obviously quite a deal within the Tyranid's army. But when one breaks through a wall, and you hurt your neck to look up at this thing, and you're like, is this what it's actually like? Because this is absolutely terrifying.
Oh,
mate, it's in a massive like warehouse, with, like full of fans and all these like crash mats, and I am genuinely full pelt running up and down this room trying to find the multi-melter, because this massive Hive Tyrant, which is like literally was like 4 stories high, was just like chasing me, and I was just panicking. I was like, oh my God. And you just see the other 2 screaming, trying to get out of its way. It's the best thing ever. I love this so much. I want to do it again.
I'd love to. Hopefully we can get to do it. There isn't one in the southwest or in Wales, unfortunately, because we looked at it when it sort of first came out, but there's just nowhere we could get to.
Yeah, it was in Bristol, I think, originally.
There was supposed to be one, but the place that they were doing it didn't open in the end.
Oh.
So I remember getting in touch with them to try and get some information when it first came out, and it just went absolutely nowhere. But it's a shame, but it's one of them. But yeah, I'd love to. But again, something like that, you you take that and then you put it onto the battlefield, and I think that's the thing that sometimes we miss with the tabletop game. It's what I'd like to see more of. I've probably had more conversations in the last couple of years since Space Marines 2 has been out about Space Marines, because video games are a massive industry. They are absolutely huge. So people getting into it for that reason, and then actually there's a TV show you can watch. Pardon me. Actually, there's this. Actually, there's the books. Actually, there is the models. There's so many ways to do the hobby.
No, they were very, very smart with how they did it, because they dropped the new edition. They made it so easy to start it.
Yeah.
Like it was 10th was so much easier to start, and then the second they've done that, they go, oh, by the way, here's Space Marine 2, and then the secret level show that's on. It wasn't on the Warhammer Plus, when no one watches the stuff on there, or like me, because you pay for the. Oh, you don't like the app, but
I don't pay for the app.
People like me that pay for the app, you go on Warhammer Plus because you're like, oh, well, I might as well because I'm paying for it. You go on there and you go, there's a few shows, and you kind of like smash all the shows out, and you go, is that it?
Yeah.
It's like 4 episodes for like one series. And you're like, oh, okay, well, it's boring. And like, I haven't been on this since. I was like 2 years ago. Probably longer. I don't know how long it's been out now. But the fact they dropped Secret Level on Amazon.
That was the
obviously,
kicker, wasn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't a Warhammer show. It was a show about games.
Yeah.
Because the other episodes were amazing. But there was one Space Marine one. And that one, the viewership on that one episode was in the millions.
Yeah.
And that's when people were like, oh, it's that thing people are talking about. So it's actually on Amazon, like Amazon Prime. It's that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in Space Marine 2, didn't that do like amazing? I was going to say the box office, but I don't think it's box office.
But the release and they are doing an awful lot of content to it. There is an awful lot of support going on for it, which again is good because it's that level of game. But it's been out for long enough now. The question is, what's next?
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Because like, just to mention it, like 9th edition, you start talking to people about Warhammer, they go, oh, is that a little plastic thing? Yeah, I used to do that when I was younger.
Yeah.
Now you talk to people about Warhammer, they go, oh, that's that game.
Yes.
Or that's that thing on Amazon sort of thing. So you're like, that's that thing Henry Cavill doesn't stop talking about.
Yeah.
You're like, that's the thing. Like, yeah, so people know what it is now. So it is getting there.
Yeah. And I mean,
we've definitely seen it.
Henry Cavill's one of the biggest sort of proponents to it, but there are some massive names associated with Warhammer as well. Some absolutely huge
big
ones. We haven't got time to run through them, but there's some absolutely wicked names. And so, just to see some of these people getting involved, and especially to the level that Henry Cavill is just absolutely unreal. So hopefully that's going to be the next step, is seeing more of it and doing more of it. And if it means that more people want to try the bits of plastic and rolling the dice or putting the paint on, awesome, cool, great, because it means that we get more people in our hobby and more people in our community. Which just stems from all that, from that addictive level, which is what we've all kind of had in our heads when we fight the Hive Tyrant on the board. The difference is you've had that kind of VR experience. That's the point of view that your Space Wolves have when looking up at the Hive Tyrant.
Do you want to know something weird or interesting?
Is it family friendly?
Yes.
Okay.
Vin Diesel collects Blood Angels.
See, I knew that man was an absolute legend.
You got Trey Parker from South Park.
Yeah.
Brian May from Queen. Robin Williams.
Didn't know about Brian May. Robin Williams was he fantasy though? Was he Orcs and Goblins, or was he 40k Orcs as well?
Ooh, don't know.
I know he was. I know. Yeah. I'm pretty definite in saying Orcs and Goblins, and if anyone was to build, paint, and collect like Goblin Doom Divers, Robin Williams.
Well, Gary Oldman has AdMech.
No way.
Ed Sheeran has Space Marines.
That sounds familiar.
He's not on this list I'm looking at, but I do know that Carl Urban does as well.
Oh, okay.
Because obviously, he was in Lord of the Rings. So.
Well, yeah.
I think there's literally like photos of him and like some of the cast members buying themselves miniature forms from like a
Yeah.
GW somewhere in like New Zealand.
Yeah, well, a load of them got them given as well because it's their
Well, yeah.
the stuff as well. But yeah, to go and get your own, have your own sort of model, I just think it'd be so cool. I mean, yeah, there
Yeah.
are absolutely some absolutely massive names. I mean, what a hell of a live stream or like a charity event that would be. Can you imagine?
Mate,
Also,
that list goes on a lot
yeah.
longer. I just don't want to bore everyone.
Oh, there's tons, and it's definitely worth a quick sort of Google. I know that there's an MP in the UK who's semi-viral on. I'm going to name drop TikTok. I can't remember what the guy's name is because it came up as part of his, I think, his candidacy speech for becoming the MP for his local area, and now he seems to spend more time answering questions about Warhammer than he does doing anything MP related. So I don't know if that's useful. I want to say
He wasn't quoting Horus, was he? I never wanted this.
he
Yeah.
is it former Prime Minister? Was it Miliband's? There's been some quite high profile. There's a lot of people who are into it, and again, the scope and the potential's there. So to have it out into the wider audience would be amazing. The other one I wanted to suggest before we get too long on this video is
Yeah. Sorry, I kind of went off then.
No. This is what we've got to rein in. This is what we're trying to behave ourselves with. This was part of the catalyst for me sort of having this conversation with you about the podcast. Is I would love for there to be like a Warhammer radio, like a 40k radio station.
Yes.
Digital.
Yes.
Listen to it anywhere in the world. Absolutely fine. And just because there is so much. I mean, we're doing stuff on YouTube. We've already mentioned the guys at TTA. Everyone, all specs, War Games Live. Again, a shout out to Joe and the live coverage that he does. It would just be so cool to have this sort of central hub for all the non-direct GW stuff. We could play some cool music. It doesn't have to all be heavy metal, because not everyone is into that.
Why not?
I say it doesn't have to be. I'm not saying it wouldn't, but I just say it doesn't have to be.
Who cares? 50% heavy metal, 50% like Latin, is it Georgian like chanting kind of thing?
Chanting.
Gregorian chanting. That's literally it. It's just like
that scene from Monty Python, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like when someone gets out the Holy Grail. It's just that for like half an hour, and you're like, now we're going to go back to some Pantera. And you're like, yay!
Well, they did that. Then they released that. It wasn't an aria, was it? It was that choir singing from the Sisters of Battle. That was released, wasn't it, as an actual audio?
Oh, you mean the April Fool's thing?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I'm sure there was an actual proper clip of it. It was actually done properly. It was all done because it was done to that level, sort of thing. But yeah, and again, I've already thought of it. Things like the Imperial Power Hour. So you'll have like an hour of oh yeah, like an hour
Emperor's,
of like
Emperor's Children is just Motley Crue and stuff.
But you can just go so in depth with it and just change it all up a little bit. But again, things like releases and what's going on, and again, name dropping events. Right, in North America this weekend, you've got this going on. We've got this in the UK. This is happening in France, Poland. Because again, it wasn't until I watched WTC I realised how massive game 40k and especially competitive 40k is. The vice captain of Team Wales mentioned that he was discussing some of the stuff with the captain for Team France, and he said the guys in France are just absolutely top level. They will be. They've been WTC champions a couple of times. They compete at such a high level, but I would never really think of France having a proper Warhammer competitive scene.
No. When I started getting into Warhammer like 7 years ago, when I started watching YouTube videos and people had like random accents, and I'm like, they have Warhammer in Australia? Oh, that's weird. I thought it was a UK thing, and then now I'm like,
it's so. And again, like the guys on from Play On, I want to say, are based in Canada. The scope is absolutely massive. For those that watch the last sort of reveal or the last data information from GW, his surname's gone out of my head, but Australian Adam that was on there. I remember watching a WTC, and he was shilling for Joe. He was trying to get the money to come through. He was doing shoeies, drinking beer out of his shoe, and all these wonderful things that Australians do because they're strange. And now he's sat there at GW behaving himself. I think he was employed or was working for Army Painter and that kind of thing. But the community is absolutely massive. To have something like that would just be so cool. And, I could deal with adverts if it was like Snot Goblin Gaming are doing their terrain pieces. This is the new 11th edition stuff. This is what's available. Check us out. And then you've got, again, the guys at the arena, because they do the orders that they do. Element in the UK. There's so much potential. I think it'd just be wicked.
Raid Shadow Legends.
Yeah. Well, it needs to be on there. It's the first one to come in. I play Warhammer Tacticus. I can't spell it. But, again, all this stuff is there. So, yeah. Is there anything else you thought of or you can think of? Anywhere else you'd like to see Warhammer go?
No, I'm still on the radio thing, because I think that's basically what you were thinking of, like, before we even started this, wasn't it?
That was, yeah, that's...
You're like, how cool would it be if we had a radio station? I was like, mate, yes, that's me done.
And then it made the question of, do people want to listen to me talk for an hour and a half or 45 minutes, let alone 8 hours?
No.
Oh. And it's expensive. It's so expensive to do because, just because it'd be... I did look into it. Again, this is that preparation stuff. And, just setting up the stuff that you need to be allowed to play licensed music from the UK on a digital station, is a good few £100. And it's like, I don't have a couple of £100 sat in my pocket, plus the equipment to launch a radio station and have, like, maybe me listening to it when I'm driving around. It's not going to work very well. But who knows?
Yeah,
space.
Yeah, drop an email to BBC after this.
Well, yeah, give it a go. See what happens.
Yeah.
Ask if they'll for you.
I was going to say, I don't want to work.
That's getting edited out.
Yep. Right, it is.
Oh, dear.
Try not to yell. It was quite hard. Oh, dear.
Oh, never mind. There we go. You haven't got any pending court cases coming up, have you? You'll be all right.
No. Yeah, no. Fucking hell.
We might just have to bleep that out, and then people can make their own assumptions as to what I've said. Right. Ross, thank you very much. Always a pleasure to talk to you.
Good. I bet it was.
Wow.
Sorry. You sort of caught me off guard there. I get quite offensive.
You were quite defensive. Was that your fight first, Sergeant? Was that you?
Oh, mate. F you, man. Just... F8. Oh, I hate Fights First so much.
So that's the end of the episode. Thanks very much, everyone, for tuning in.
Yeah, bye, everyone. F*** off.
I have been Shane, the Lord of Death. We've been joined by the very cheerful Ross, the Lord of Fenris.
Bonjour.
And as always, if you like it, if you like the little bit of a change, if you enjoy what we're doing, please please subscribe, please drop a comment in. It's always a pleasure, and it is genuinely a pleasure getting feedback from everyone as well, whether it's on the comments or whether it's face-to-face. It is absolutely wonderful, and it is genuinely appreciated. That's been us for this week. Toodaloo.
Toodaloo. Remove knights from the game. Bye.